Hey, everybody. Welcome in. It's the DLLS Cowboys podcast. We get to the very latest in the Cowboys defensive coordinator search. We will review and preview the linebacker position for the Cowboys. We'll do all sorts of stuff today. All right, let's start the show. Yeah. All right, let's go, everybody. Let's have ourselves a day. It is the DLLS Cowboys podcast presented by our friends at Prize Picks. Use the code DLLS. You get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. And presented by our friends at Ownwell, ownwell.com/Texas. Don't ever pay for your property taxes. Sign up in under 3 minutes and take care of it. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Smash the like button on your way in. Grade the linebacker play for the Cowboys on your way in, okay? Right there in the chat. Just give me a grade. You can letter grade that for us. Not that it's our first segment.
C's get degrees.
That'll be our third segment of the day, but we will get to it with your linebacker situations. We're going to open up with DC talk, and then we're going to visit with Bo Brack from our sister station, our cousin station, PHNX, where Jonathan Gannon was the Cardinals head coach, and he may be the Cowboys' next DC. So we'll talk about that stuff here in just a little bit. Hi, my name is Jeff. Next to me is former Cowboy wide receiver Jesse Holley.
Oh, Jesse Holley went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
Next to him is the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, Mr. Clarence Hill.
Size, package.
Next to him is the second greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, Mr. Ali Jawad.
Prince Ali, handsome as
God. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Everybody looking
good, man.
Everybody good,
man.
Clarence going to court today?
You were waiting for that. Why black man got to go to court, man? Just because you got a nice shirt on. Why is that the black man wardrobe?
Answer the question. What are you doing today? What are you doing right after the show?
I'm not a YN. I don't need to go to court.
Okay. Right. You're not driving too fast on the tollway?
I'm not driving too fast.
He just ain't got caught yet. He definitely driving too fast on the tollway.
I don't have any warrants. Yeah. I don't have anything like that.
Not even in Louisiana?
No days over. Pay my bills.
Do want to say something to Donovan Ezeraku if he's watching.
And any other fellow athletes
Yes.
that frequent the tollway.
Yes. Jerry built where you guys have to be every day in Collin County. I grew up in Collin County.
I don't like you.
I just want to break some news. See, and I wouldn't take it that route necessarily, just because I'm not going to at this moment. But the thing about Collin County, as an adult, I've made my way to Dallas County. I don't get pulled over just for fun. They're busy.
Yeah,
like there are people that are breaking the law and stuff. So like people are calling the police for stuff. Right. They got stuff to do.
Correct.
In Collin County, they don't have that much to do. They're just writing speeding tickets, checking inspection. When you're in Collin County, don't mess around. You want to drive stupid?
10 and 2.
Get south of 635. Definitely south of the bush. You know, get down Plano or south. Really, you want to be south of that. You want to get Richardson or south. Then you start your reckless driving. Don't do it in Collin County because they're just up there. Especially that 4 or 5 mile section of the tollway. They're just up there trying to get money for the city. They're just hanging out, you know. They're waiting for their quarterly review, and it's like, how'd you do? And you're like, 1,100 speed tickets this quarter. Y'all got them. I'm like, thank you.
So which is the George Bush 121 or that 75? Which one can you hit it on?
You really don't want to hit it on any of them, but if you're going to, I would advise 121 of those 3 options.
Definitely 121 and not that I know. What I've heard.
You want to go fast, get on 75 and get north of Melissa. Then you can take off.
You want to get into the express lane on 635.
Yeah, that'll get you. Yeah, that'll be good.
And that's the Autobahn. Yeah. Ain't nothing down there.
That'll get you.
You go underneath.
Yeah, you're good.
But on that tollway, y'all stop fooling around with that tollway, man.
Where you going when you going on that rest lane? Where you headed to?
Oh, I'm church.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get there.
Ray said it too quick.
I'm trying to
This
get to
man
the,
lives
Jackie.
south.
I'm
This man lives
trying
south.
to get-
He going to church up. Come on,
I'm
man.
trying to get
That's
to
like-
the house of the Lord
That's like when Jerry
pronto.
Remember when Jerry got busted at the 7-Eleven with that
Yeah. He wasn't
dollar-
busted. He was just buying wine and smoking
buying wine
pictures.
at 7-Eleven and Prosper?
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Dude, shit, what you buying wine at the 7-Eleven
Getting him
Prosper?
a
It was on
$6
It's on
was
sale.
on
At the
sale.
7-Eleven
Yeah.
Prosper.
Yep, that barefoot.
Hey, barefoot. That's what I buy.
That barefoot, 2 for $10 at 7-Eleven.
Okay, you live in Highland Park. Okay, who you buying wine for in Prosper?
It ran out.
Well, he had to get some for the star.
Yeah.
You know, he ran out in the office.
Yeah.
You know, he liked to have a couple drinks before he trades for Kyer Ewing. Drink a couple glasses and trade for Kenneth Murray. I don't know. Trey Lance, hold on. Let me
pour out
Sure.
another bottle of
Don't
this.
tell people for that.
Oh boy.
That sound good. Oh, so we had a super chat right out of the gate. Let me hit this super chat right quick. Mr. Guillotine, the thing that I want a guillotine at my house so bad. Captain Trade Down, that's me. Would you rather use pick 20 or trade it to Arizona for their second rounder, number 34, their third rounder, and their fifth rounder? The math is the math. If the math, I'll do it. I am Captain Trade Down. Need a lot of players, so go ahead.
I like that.
Go
2,
ahead.
3, and 5.
I'll tell you why. I'm going to pick a corner, probably. I'm just basing this off of math and players I've watched. Because I got about 5 or 6 corners I could take in the top 34. So you go ahead and let me pick there. No problem. I get my corner right there. Bang, now I got a 3rd-round pick and a 5th-round pick. We're cooking. I like that. So all the names that are being kicked around for Cowboys defensive coordinator, what do we got? We got Jim Leonard. We got Jonathan Gannon, Zach Orr, Aaron Whitecotton. What is it? Durande Jones, and hit me with the other one.
Ephraim.
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Bonda.
Do we know anything in terms of, or any more realistic than the others? Is there any names that we should have our eyes on?
First of all,
Whoa!
don't do that.
I wouldn't.
It ain't no fight.
I know.
I was just saying before we expound and opine about
There's a
those
mic
names.
that we got to
The
talk
mics
to.
aren't that
Before
great.
we opine about those names, we have a new name to add to the list.
Come on.
That's all. Give them the new name. That's all I'm saying.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
Christian.
You good.
Well, he trying to make it something. What like that?
I
You
can't.
trying to make it a problem.
You have to understand that I can't stop myself.
I'm just trying to get us.
Jesse's eyes got a little big, and I wanted to overreact. Brian Flores, Ali.
We wish. Christian Parker, Philadelphia Eagles pass game coordinator and defensive backs coach. Has been with the Eagles since 24. He's coached with the Broncos and the Packers as well. He's been coaching since he's 22 years old, 34 years old.
And, we like Vic Fangio, right?
I don't want any former Eagles.
Do we like Vic Fangio in his style?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a disciple of Fangio.
Okay, that'll work. That's fine. All right, I'll take him. Go ahead. Make him the guy.
How far do we go down on this disciple list, though?
I don't
Like-
know. I'm just saying.
Like, are we
that-
talking like?
Well, Jim
like,
Leonard's a disciple.
I
We
know.
okay with that?
That's, no. We're not saying we're okay. I'm asking like, where are we as far as whoever the guy is? How far are we willing to go down on a disciple tree before we're like, all right, that's a little bit diluted.
I'm just gonna talk to
Everybody
him
was
all.
a disciple of somebody. Brian Flores was a disciple.
some point you
Everybody-
were, yeah.
Everybody got to
Yeah,
start
but
somewhere.
it's one thing to be like the disciple and be like you right under the guy, right? Like you the lieutenant, you the first in command.
Yeah.
It's a whole other thing to be 3-4 people down removed from being close to the man.
When you're the defensive passing game coordinator, that's like,
pretty high up.
That's a high
That's
up.
up
I was just asking the question.
No,
of
I
how
like the
far
question
do
because I
we-
do remember for a while there, it was like people would hire anyone who had ever met Sean McVay.
Right.
Right.
It's like, you
Right.
got him a sandwich?
Right.
Last Tuesday?
Touch the,
Got him. Pass game coordinator. Let's get it.
touch the hem of the garment. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the story. You touch
Yeah.
the hem of the garment, Sean McVay, you're a head coach. But yeah, I hear you. You want the yes, I like Jim Leonard. I like Durant. I like the idea of them. But I want Brian Flores. I want the man, right?
I think so. And and I don't even know what to make of people firing off tweets that say, like, Washington isn't interviewing Brian Flores, right?
No.
The story is
They hope
that
to. They hope
Washington
to, yes.
would like
Yeah.
to at some point interview, and so then everybody's mad, like, why isn't Dallas? It's like, well, you could say it about Dallas if you want.
Right.
Like, Dallas is interested in what Brian Flores has to say too. Like Washington doesn't have an interview. Nothing is lined up. It's just like, the idea that they might, Dan might want to talk to him.
Right, and it's like Vance Joseph. I mean, you would prefer Vance Joseph or Jim Leonard, right? Theoretically.
Yeah.
But Vance Joseph was interviewing for head coaching job.
Right.
And Jim Leonard. And the interesting thing, we talked about
Better be interesting, obviously.
By all accounts, all local media, everybody associated with the Cowboys, Jim Leonard is the ideal candidate. He's the guy.
And I was gonna say that before.
Former head coach, by the way, 4-3 as the interim guy at Wisconsin in 22.
I was calling around for some things that was unrelated to defensive coordinator stuff yesterday at the Star, and just in my conversation that I had with a few people over there,
chatting with Mickey a little bit.
Yeah, right. That's been the name that has come up in these conversations,
right?
And like I said, I was calling to speak about other things, and the conversation with 2 or 3 people that I had led down the line of DC conversation, and Jim Leonard is the name that everyone, if you're walking through the hallways around at the Star and you're listening to the grapevines and the tea leaves there, Jonathan Gannon's name is in the conversation, but the name Jim Leonard continues to pop up as the consensus name right now.
Right.
As we sit today, as we sit on this show on Wednesday, that's the name that has been circulating through the hallways of the Star.
And as we talk pre-show, the curious thing, curiosity, all of that.
Whoa, yeah, you having a stroke over there?
I was trying to be funny. But anyway, the idea that he's the, again, leader in the clubhouse, everybody in Dallas is like, this is the guy, he's the blueprint. When Shade talked about, I want a teacher, it had Jim Leonard's name all over. The question we brought up in pre-show is, if he's so good and he's so perfect for Dallas, why ain't nobody else hollering at him?
That's how they do it.
Why is nobody else hollering at him? Why is he not on nobody else's list?
That's how they do it.
That's why.
This finger or the second finger?
I don't know. But that's why he's my favorite to get the job, and not that I don't think that he's qualified or wouldn't be good at it.
Yeah, we're not saying that.
But I just looking this morning, I was like, I had the name Jim Leonard in Dallas interview popped up real fast.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't feel like I've seen his name other than that. So I looked it up, like Jim Leonard interview, Jim Leonard, trying to find anything. It's like he hadn't talked to anyone else. That sounds like a Cowboy special.
Right up their alley.
We got a guy that we're interested in or we like or whatever, and then I'm looking around like, all right, who else is he interviewing with? It's like nobody.
That's what you want, right? You want Bay to want you and only you.
That's right.
You don't want Bay. You don't want Bay out there with everybody else. You don't want Bay with you don't want Bay contaminated. You don't want Bay with bodies on her.
No.
I don't want Bay with bodies on her. I want Bay to be about me. I want to say I found that diamond in the rough. I found her right there, and nobody really was trying to talk to her. I unearthed that goddess of a thing right there.
And that's the trap. That's the trap. Because my theory is, because I hate guys who are jealous. Why are you talking to my girl? If you think she look good, somebody else is gonna think she look good. You should not get mad because somebody else is interested in your girl. Now you should get mad if she's interested in them back. But you would think that
you can't be mad for somebody looking at your girl unless every female that walks by wearing yoga pants, you're not even glancing.
No,
okay,
but my point is,
you're taking a look.
If you think she look good, if you think she look good, if you think she's beautiful, if you think she's worthy, surely somebody else thinks the same thing. And that's where we are with Jim Leonard. Is we all think he's worthy. Why doesn't Washington think he's worthy?
I don't know.
Why doesn't these other teams think he's worthy?
I don't know.
That's a red flag to me.
Oh man,
right?
I guess.
Yeah.
You like your baby with bodies on it.
No, I didn't say she was.
That's a great comparison.
Interested in them. I didn't say she was dating them. I said people
interested. I got you.
Should be interested. If you think, come on.
And just for timing purposes, head coaches got to start being hired, right? Like. At some point in the next 3 to 5 days, right? Like we got to start seeing names pop up of, said team decides to hire this coach or that coach or whatever, so that now we can start really getting down to where these names that we're talking about, the Raheem Morrises, the Brian Flores of the world, the Van Joseph of the world, that now either they're going back to their teams or they're going start looking for some DC jobs. So hopefully within the next 3 to 5 days that we'll see things kind to formulate, and now we can start having a clearer picture on, and maybe some names that we recognize a little bit more than the ones that, we talked about, so far so good. And your computer's down.
You guys ever wonder what I do to laptops?
Yeah. You just keep buying cheap ones?
I paid $1,100 for this.
Exactly.
Is that cheap?
Is that your California?
Yeah,
This is the one I bought at Walmart at training camp.
You bought a laptop at Walmart.
Because I
It's
forgot.
still supposed to last more than 6-7 months, though. Come
You
on.
bought a Walmart
It's supposed to
laptop.
last
A
more than
Walmart
6
laptop.
months.
You bought a Walmart laptop.
What's the brand? No, it's not just the Walmart. What's
Well,
the
it's
brand?
not a Walmart carries the real laptop
Right.
brands.
What's the brand?
He can't pronounce it.
Asus?
Yeah.
Asus. It's a gaming laptop. It's supposed to be nice. And now the screen don't even. Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. We'll see if I have a laptop. We'll talk to our buddy Bo from PHNX.
Get your
See if
old-fashioned
Jonathan
Dell.
Gannon's worth a damn as a DC.
You doing? Cut it off and cut it back on.
Gentlemen, let's talk about our friends at Mars Men. There it is. That's your Mars Men right there. So I'm 41 years old. Energy levels aren't what they used to be. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys. If you're out there right now, you get in your 30s, especially in your 40s, but it happened to me in my 30s. The energy levels start to creep down. It's harder for you to keep the appearance that you would consider ideal. Well, you might have a low T situation. You need to optimize that testosterone. That's what Mars Men can help you do. It's a potent and natural testosterone stack that optimizes your body's ability to forge usable testosterone. You do all that without going and having your body shut down, no needles, none of that nonsense, just real natural ingredients that are going to support healthy T levels for a limited time. Our listeners get 50% off for life plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. Perfect way to kick off this year strong. Mengotomars.com. Get you 50% off, 3 free gifts when you check out. After the purchase, they're going to say, hey, where'd you hear about us? Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Also want to talk about our friends at Prize Picks, where you get the hookup with the promo code DLLS. So you download the Prize Picks app, use the promo code DLLS, and that gets you $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. So you go in there, you play a $5 lineup, and you can't hate on the Eagles this week because they're not playing anymore, so you have to find a new team to hate on, or you just pick the guys that you are a fan of, or you just crunch the numbers and you say, yeah, I know who's going to have more or less than their projected stat this week. You can do things in football like rushing yards, passing yards, touchdowns, carries, all sorts of different options to play with on Prize Picks. And all you got to do is make those picks, get them right, win the money. That's the deal at Prize Picks. It's one of my favorite apps on my telephone. So download the Prize Picks app today and then use the code DLLS. And what that does is get you $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. That's code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play the first $5 lineup. It's easy. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. I'd like to address the elephant in the room. Got a chat from a guy named Navon Moses, parter of the Red Sea. Can y'all be serious for 2 seconds? Odds of that are low.
No.
No. If that's what you're looking for, if what you want is to be incredibly bored at all times,
Listen to Mitch.
you should tune into PHNX.
Why you got to do that?
Wow, that was good, Jeff. That was good.
I thought it would be a stupid, funny segue. I'm sure there are lots of people out there with really boring sports content for you, Mr. Whatever in the chat, if that's what you want. But if that's what you're looking for, you're tuned into the wrong channel. We want to welcome in our buddy Bo Brack from PHNX, the PHNX Cardinals podcast. Check it out. Their team was bad. They are home to the second best Allen High School alum.
Hold on. It's been a while since we had a guest, but things don't change around here.
Oh, yeah, you go ahead and ask him.
Bo, around here,
Oh, God.
okay?
Can you be serious for 2 seconds?
Hell
Shut
no.
up, Clarence.
Around here, Bo,
All right, Mickey.
okay? At DLLS, we have standards, okay? We have a very high standard, and one of the standards that we have here, Bo,
Get to the question.
Get to
is
it.
are you dogging underneath that quarter
What
zip?
dog it is.
I am. I
You're
am right
dogging
now.
underneath the
Believe
quarter
it or
zip.
not. I mean, but that's because I'm playing a home game right now. I'm in my home studio. So
Okay.
if I were to pull it all the way down, there would be no chest
Attaboy.
there. I'm a little bare there, but
All right,
yeah,
all right. We do give
Don't catch
passes.
cold.
We do give slight passes for home games.
Yep.
So because you're playing a home game,
Yep.
we'll let the dogging go underneath the quarter zip. All right, ask a serious
Yes,
question now.
my rules are that the quarter zip with nothing underneath it is allowed at home, around the house, and for a quick jaunt to the store. just not for a day in public. So Bo Brack is doing things right. Cowboys interviewed Jonathan Gannon as a potential defensive coordinator, and just to make everybody happy, because there's somebody else that is upset that we haven't been serious enough yet. Do you think I look like Jonathan Gannon? Because I think Jonathan Gannon looks like a psycho, like his pupils fill his whole eye or something. There's something off with his face.
We've been serious.
Where I'm not. I got news for you. If you want me to be serious, don't tell me to be. Because that ain't the way it's going to happen.
I never would have thought that, but I kind of do see it like you could be kind of a distant relative, maybe a cousin of Gannon. But
Cool.
no, you don't have the same like fire in your eyes as he does.
Why did he hit that player that one time?
I mean, dropped the ball at the goal line before crossing.
Yeah, that's definitely a hittable offense.
That was a fatal blow to the Cardinals in hindsight, that loss to the Titans back in week 5. I mean, not only did Mercado drop that ball just after what Mitchell had done in a week before, you could tell, I mean, that was a huge mistake that cost the Cardinals very dearly. I don't think they ever rebounded from that loss.
They beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, Bo, why is it that they play great against Dallas and then lose the rest of the season?
That's a fair question. I think it's because of who your former defensive coordinator was. The Cardinals were able to get a lot of juice.
Wow.
And then also Walter Nolan coming back in that game, his debut. He looked really good there. It was the first time he was healthy, and about the only time he was healthy. He had the defense rolling.
So Jonathan Gannon as a defensive coordinator, I know as a head coach, things are a little bit different, and sometimes people just need to go back to their home and do the thing that they are better at. Jonathan Gannon as a defensive coordinator candidate for the Cowboys, is that one that should excite us?
I think so. I mean, coming off of Eberflus, though, that you should be cautious about it. There's some red flags there. I mean, Matt Eberflus was Jonathan Gannon's mentor. There's a lot of similarities.
Come on, Bo!
I'm just saying. I didn't come right out and say get juiced about it. I mean, I'm telling him where the red flags are, and that him kind of following the footsteps of Eberflus. It's more than just him potentially being his successor in Dallas. And weren't there kind of some personnel misfits there? I think that would probably continue unless you continue to reshape the defensive side of the football. Also, another concern I would have is Quinnen Williams' usage. Jonathan Gannon likes to run a full rotation as far as his defensive line. I think I saw Williams was right around 65-70% of the snap load. I would see that probably decrease with JG.
We don't have any other good players, so that's bad.
But one of the questions that I had for just the defensive coordinator position in general for the Cowboys, and tell me this about Jonathan Gannon, is he a developer of talent? The guys that he has brought in, drafted, free agency, was he able to develop them into greater players or to get the best out of them?
I'd say so. I thought he did a pretty good job. I mean, this was a full draft and development project that they took on in 2023. They did suffer a significant amount of injuries. Now, that wasn't what, ultimately was part of his demise at the end of the day when he went 15-36 overall. But I think he did a pretty decent job as far as developing guys. Garrett Williams, the slot corner that the Cardinals had, took him in the 3rd round a couple of drafts ago. He turned into one of the better slots in the league. I think you liked what you saw from Will Johnson in spurts. There's a couple guys that I think he can hang his hat on. It's not just like premium draft picks that they utilized. Also, you saw guys like Dante Stills out of West Virginia turned into a nice role player for him. So I think he's got a couple wins on that defense that he was able to get his hands on and develop. But then there are also a couple guys like Max Melton, 2nd round pick. He fell out of favor with the organization at the end of the season. Darius Robinson, a 1st round pick from last year. Sure, he hasn't had a clean bill of health, but what's his impact been since when he has been in the lineup? So there's some certain wins there for JG, but also some guys that you wish you saw more from during his 3-year stint here in the desert.
What's up, Bo? I got a couple of questions for you. One includes a retrospective, but first, what went wrong with Gannon in Arizona?
People's too big.
I think he was too loyal to his coordinators. Like Drew Petzing, as far as your OC, I think he was overmatched, didn't do as well with the talent that he was given, what he was provided with Kyler Murray. And then, of course, Marvin Harrison Jr., 4th overall pick. It seemed like there was a little bit of malpractice going there from a play calling standpoint. And even after a lackluster 24, they stayed with Petzing going into 25. They suffered that brutal 3-14 season, didn't make a single change to the coaching staff. I think it was loyal to a fault, and it ended up being the biggest cost to him as far as his tenure here with the Cardinals.
And just quickly, Marvin Harrison, what happened with that? I mean, this guy was supposed to be a can't-miss prospect. Yeah. Another guy got 1,000 yards. I mean, did they just miss on him? Is he the only Ohio State receiver that's no good?
I think it's unfair to say they missed on him after he body bagged poor Deron Bland there on Monday Night Football.
Deron Bland's not very good. Deron Bland's not very good.
Why you do that?
Man.
You can't cover anybody
We're talking
over
about all
6'2".
season, more than one game.
Look, I mean, Marvin Sr. went scorched earth on the Cardinals right before that game too. I think that played a role too. But he had appendicitis. And then he had 2 foot injuries. Poor Marvin Harrison Jr. couldn't go on. I think he would have found a little bit better footing if he had stayed healthier the rest of the season.
One other thing, and this is not about Gannon, but Clayton Adams, is he, everybody loves him in Dallas. Is he not an option for head coach there? They're not going to make a request for him? They don't like Clayton Adams down there?
Clayton Adams was a touchy subject here throughout the season because all the success he was having was shoddy there in Dallas. And the Cardinals, their run game, their ability to block up front, it took a significantly step back. And Clayton Adams, it would probably be a bit touchy if he were to get, an opportunity here after they should have tried everything within their power to retain him, maybe even over Petzing, giving him a promotion and moved off of Petzing. It might be a little too late as far as an Adams head coaching maybe opportunity here. But look, they just added Arthur Smith to the docket, the interview list, so they might as well just interview anybody and everybody.
Bo, one for you. Shadi at the season-ending presser talked about he wants a defensive coordinator that is a good teacher, a good communicator. I mean, we saw the clip a while ago that everyone was talking about with Jonathan Gannon talking to his team in the meeting room, and the comments, to that, people were taking jokes like this guy can't even motivate anybody. But could you, having been around him and all that, can he command that defensive room? Can he try and get the most out of those guys?
Yeah, despite the viral moments that JG suffered throughout his Cardinals tenure, I think that he absolutely can do. I think that's actually one of his strengths. When you got the, pew, pew, pew shots, explosives, did you take the bus? You got fire in your gut? Like some of those things, Jonathan Gannon takes a lot of flack for, but I think the enthusiasm is real. It's authentic. And like what he couldn't achieve as far as winning on the field, he absolutely did as far as commanding his locker room and having the respect of his players and being able to kind of keep them and continue to develop them throughout. So I think that is one of his strengths, even though coming off of a disastrous 3-14 season.
Bo, all I care about is the NFL draft. Y'all were terrible this year. How high do you get to pick, and who are you picking?
3. I mean, we'll see. Big day for Dante Moore. We'll see if he declares. Oh, yes. I know it didn't look good against Indiana, but a lot of the players didn't.
Y'all hate Kyler? You done with Kyler?
Yeah, it seems like Kyler's done. I was a big Kyler guy. It just feels like, this would be the 8th season. Whether or not you want to put the blame on the quarterback, you want to put the blame on the coaching staffs. I think 8 years or 7 full seasons is enough to maybe say, hey, we tried and it wasn't just, this isn't going to work here. And Kyler Murray hopefully can go find some success elsewhere. So that means the Cardinals have a big decision to make at the quarterback position. Would they use 3 overall? Could they even be in a position to get a good quarterback there? Could it go 1-2 at signal caller? So there's a lot to be figured out as far as that goes for the Cardinals this offseason.
Well, if you can't get the quarterback you want that's young, just find your way to Jameis, because all I care about is football being fun, and Jameis will make football fun for you.
I just think he turns the ball over too much.
Well, yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah. It is
3
fun.
touchdowns, 3 picks every week.
Chaos.
Let's get it.
If it's Jameis and they take the tackle out of Miami, sign me up. If they take the edge out of Miami, I think that would be a good pick at 3.
All right, thanks, Bo. That's Bo Brack, who you can follow. You see it right there. It says @Bo Brack and the PHNX Cardinals podcast. If you follow
very
them,
serious.
Hey, put some respect on Jordan Tyson, Allen, Texas alum too.
Did Jordan play at Allen? I know he's from the area, but I don't know if he played. If he played at Allen, I'd be all over that story. I'm Allen's best alum.
What?
And Kyler. Well, that's why I wanted Kyler to fail, because everybody's like, Kyler Murray, Allen, Texas. I want people to say Allen, Texas, and think of me, not Kyler. Anyway, we'll verify, Bo. Have a great day. We appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Very
There goes
serious.
Bo Brack. He's a very serious sports broadcaster. If you want the serious Cowboys content, go to Bo Brack and just
We
tweet
joke
him.
too much.
Tweet him with your
What
serious
is going on
Cowboys.
with your hair today? I mean,
Somebody said that I should always wear a hat because I have a big forehead, and just like telling me not to goof around, guess what I'm gonna do? You tell me I have a big forehead and I should wear a hat, I'm taking the hat off.
He reads it in the middle of the interview and he starts just pulling his hat back a little bit more. That's why I looked at him and started smiling. I'm like, I saw it at the same time he saw it, and he starts pulling his hat back a little bit more each time. I'm just like,
I'm not the only one that reads the chat and reacts to the track.
Well, you're the only one who grabs his phone while we're in the middle of a conversation to respond to every time that a female says something in the chat.
It's not just me, man. I respond to draw. I respond to everybody. Stop it.
Who is I could do Love Island to? Was that to a male or a female?
A female. Emily said that she would watch Love Island if I was on there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just listen.
Yeah.
Just because they don't want you on Love Island, don't get mad at me.
I'm out on Jonathan Gannon. I didn't know that Eberflus was his mentor. I'm totally out on Jonathan Gannon.
yeah. Eberflus being the mentor and they call him JG,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, when he said JG, I was like, ooh, bad nickname. Lou has
out.
a good point. How can you ask us to be serious when the Cowboys are a joke? Huh? Ask Jerry.
Attitude reflects leadership.
Captain.
But he did say you look like Gannon, though. I mean, the
A
beady
distant
eyes.
cousin.
I mean, distant
I
cousin.
do kind of have beady eyes. And I don't want to have, but his are beadier. He has the beadiest.
Serial killer.
Coming up next, we are review and preview and grade. And the position today is linebacker. What was your grade on him this year, and what are they going to do about it this offseason? It's next. Hello, friends. Let's take a moment to talk about our friends at Ownwell. Ownwell.com/Texas. What are you doing with Ownwell? Well, you are going to try to get your property taxes to be a little bit lower. I don't know if you notice, your mortgage tends to go up over time. That is because your property tax bill is going up over time. Our friends at Ownwell, they can help you out with that. Only pay what's fair. Our guys at Ownwell know exactly how to handle this for you. You can sign up in under 3 minutes at Ownwell.com. Super easy to sign up, and they're local tax experts. They specialize in property tax protests all over the place. So when you see your new property tax bill, you go, holy cow, that's even higher than it used to be. Wow, look at my mortgage going up. Ownwell.com/Texas. Let them protest that for you. You try to get that property tax reduced. And there's no upfront cost. You are only going to pay Ownwell once they have saved you money. So stop overpaying, start saving with Ownwell. You can sign up in 3 minutes. Ownwell.com/Texas, OWNWELL.com/Texas. Also, always want to salute our friends at Branded Bills. This is my Branded Bills hat. It's one of them. I got another one at the house. I need to break it back out, but I like this one a lot. You always want to have the rope. You never know when you might need this. You find yourself in a situation where you need to scale a wall, perhaps a castle. Perhaps you're in a siege situation, something like that. You need your rope that's on your Branded Bills hat. They got you covered. You want a snapback, trucker, fitted, beanie, tee, whatever. Branded Bills, they got great hats. They got great T-shirts. They got all sorts of good things for you. And maybe you like to make your own gear and you want to stand out apart from the crowd. Branded Bills can help you out with the best custom headwear. You start an order, their dedicated team's going to help create the exact custom apparel that you need. They also have a partnership with 40 colleges as a part of their campus collection, including TCU, Texas Tech, Texas, Oklahoma State. They got all sorts of different ones. And the hats look and fit fantastic. Go get you some Branded Bills stuff. It's good for you. Head to brandedbills.com. Use the code BBDLLS for 15% off your first order. Can we scroll up a little bit, John? There's a guy in the chat who is, I made it clear that if you ask me to do something, I'm probably not going to. And there's a guy who said not to send him money. Can you just go up a little bit more? Yeah. Nate said, Jeff, you shouldn't send me money. Nate, go ahead and pop your Venmo in the chat, and we'll see what happens. How about that? We are going through this week and maybe next with each position group on the Cowboys. This is serious football content, and grading how that group performed this season, and then talking about what it may look like next season. And today we are going to hit the linebackers. Here's our grades for the linebackers this season.
God, Kenneth Murray, man, he's just so well built, man.
That off the bus
God,
linebacker.
leave, man. God, dog, man. God,
I like
dog,
Diggs.
man.
He does everything right in practice.
Man,
He knows the defense.
I'm gonna put him up like Rocky did when he was fighting the
Poster
Russian.
child.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him up there. That's gonna be my.
But you know what I also say? He don't give two. What did he tell me?
Two crap or two
craps.
craps. Yeah, something like that.
Two craps about
No,
what
I
y'all
love that.
think.
I love that. But I'm gonna put this.
He don't give
that's
two
my.
craps.
That's what I'm shooting for this offseason to get my body right like that.
Do you guys remember Sean Oakman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Baylor D tackle.
Free from Baylor, yeah.
Now I think he had some stuff, but
Some off the field
outside
issues.
of the stuff, I don't
You
remember if
mean
he.
rape?
I don't remember if he ended up being found. I don't know.
I don't think he
But you boy off the bus, my God.
Yeah.
It was like if David Irving had
Yeah.
HGH
He had
and
that
testosterone.
shredder,
Yeah.
what was it, shredder
Yeah,
face
the man-
mask?
yeah. So anyway, those are our grades for linebacker play. And if you wanted to break it down to individuals, Kenneth Murray won't be here next year.
Nope.
Jack Sanborn won't be here next year.
Nope.
Logan Wilson, in theory, can be.
Shouldn't.
But if you'd rather have $6.5 million to spend, he won't be here next
He's got
year.
no guarantee left. So
And honestly, I don't think you could go up and down the entire roster and find a guy who played good linebacker. The closest you're going to get is probably Overshown, but you're really just talking about a guy coming back and being like, all right, he's out there and he doesn't look lost. You didn't have a plus player.
Yeah.
And Overshown, we assume, will be a starter for this thing next year. You have a gigantic hole at the other starting linebacker spot, and on plays where you're going to play 3 linebackers, you're missing 2 of them. So this will be a priority for the Cowboys. And I don't.
Is there
Shamar
any-
James, like there's something there. He'll be on the roster. I don't know that you'd want him on the field. There are things I like about Shamar James, and it is probably that when you are comparing to other bad, whatever you do well looks good. To me, Shamar James out there, the sucker just plays hard. And you look really good compared to your counterparts when a ball is snapped and you're willing to fire into an offensive lineman and actually play physical and be aggressive, and the rest of the guys are incredibly passive. Like, that part of his game looked good, but nobody played good linebacker, so it's not like I'm banking on Shamar James for anything.
Is there any hope or room on the bus for the play of Maris Leofau?
I don't think he can play. He can run down on kickoff.
So he's been relegated to just a special
I think they got
teams
too
guy.
many guys that, like, Maris Leofau is a missile.
Can he cover?
yeah, he
No.
can fly,
Can
but
he? Can he?
he
Like,
wasn't
what
getting
is
any
he?
snaps.
No.
He can knock the ball away when he comes there down the field.
Yeah.
He's got the peanut punch, and he's an aggressive,
Yeah.
physical missile. But I think you get misses, you get wrong reads, you don't have coverage ability.
See, and this is the part when I'm talking about.
He's like an overshown light with the negatives and not as
He wasn't
much
on
of
the
the
field
good.
much. So that should tell you something.
How many middle round linebackers have they missed?
All of them?
I mean, you look at 2 guys from LSU.
Damone Clark.
And the
uh,
guy
Is there a dollar sign in Venmo
Jabril
handles?
Cox.
That guy
Jabril-
tried to
yeah.
send his handle, but I don't think that's Venmo. Is there
Yeah.
a dollar sign? I'll try it. I'll
Okay.
give it a shot.
You got Jabril Cox, remember him? Everybody,
LSU.
Still in the draft. Still in the draft. You remember?
Blue Star Special. He was
Yeah.
hurt coming out.
Yeah. And Damone, middle round linebacker. And now we got Cox. Not Cox.
Whoa.
With Jabril Cox
Jabril Cox.
was one of them.
I know. Just keep going.
Wrap it up in there. See, Jesse, you throw me outside. Blame Jesse's dirty mind.
I didn't say a word.
Yeah, man, your face.
You know
don't
I'm
hide
Captain Messi.
nothing. Your face don't hide nothing.
Man.
But getting back to the linebacker real quick, and you said Overshown the starter, and really the disconnect is they need Overshown to be a star. They need Overshown to be a stud. They don't just need him to be a starter. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we've been sold on Overshown. It's not just, we got Overshown, he's a starter. No. They need him to be special. That's what we've been sold, right?
And that's the part why I keep asking, do we have developers? Because to go back to the Maris point, if he has some skill set, how can we bottle that up and make him into a usable player on defense? If you're saying that he is a rocket, how can we bottle that up and make it into to less misses, to understanding coverages, to know what your assignment alignment is, and to be able to do those things? Like, that's the development part of saying, all right, we have something here. We have some sort of clay here. How can we mold this into a player? And then for the Overshown perspective, all right, we have even better clay here. How can we mold that into being more than just a player, but to be a star for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think you're about to run into something that happens on NFL teams all the time. Like, I do think Maris Leofau will be here just from a body perspective. You don't have enough that he needs to be gone, and he makes no money in a salary cap league. I think he'll be here. But also, how many years ago was he drafted? Like, his sponsor is long gone.
Yeah.
24?
Yeah. So,
24,
like,
yeah.
Is it 24?
24 draft, yeah.
No. Who we talking about?
Leofau.
Oh, Leofau.
Yeah,
I
24.
Right. So that would have been a Dan Quinn draft pick.
No, Zimmer.
It would have been a Mike
Yeah.
Zimmer draft
Zimmer.
pick. Nobody's
his sponsor.
Nobody
his
worry about
linebacker
you?
coach,
And I think-
they all go, yeah.
That was a draft that Peyton Wilson, was it the NC State backer? Yeah, they passed. Yeah.
Yeah. And
He's playing well in Pittsburgh.
I got a quote for you guys. This is D'Amico Ryans after the game. You know, when they just put a body bag on the Steelers. Put a body bag on the Steelers. Body bag game. Put a body bag on the Steelers. Send Aaron Rodgers into retirement. D'Amico Ryans. I want linebackers to key and diagnose formation plays. Then it's see ball, get ball.
Logan Wilson, baby.
No, Logan has the first part.
Oh, yeah. We had people who existed in one of the two.
You know, I'm just saying.
That's what we had.
But this is what you want from linebackers. This is the coaches. You know, everybody. You know.
Yeah.
I want linebackers to key and diagnose. Sean Lee. What's the guy in Carolina, which was great?
Luke Kuechly.
I don't think he gets enough credit for how good he was. Luke Kuechly was
Very
great.
Name you another white linebacker. Let's go. Come on. Sean Lee, Kuechly. Keep it going.
Leroy Jordan.
Was he white? I don't even
Yeah. Chuck Howley.
Was he white too?
You hit Leroy, throw you right on off. You're like, Leroy got to be black.
Leroy was what?
What's the guy's Chicago name?
Brian Urlacher.
Brian Urlacher.
Right. Damn Ray Lewis.
See ball, get ball. But that's what you want for your linebackers. That's what they thought they had in K9, right?
They
see
shouldn't
ball,
have.
get ball.
Kenneth from Oklahoma.
Right. The second part, yes. The first
That's
part,
what they
absolutely
thought.
not.
Not diagnosed, but see.
Right.
But he didn't see ball, get ball. It's
No,
one
not
thing
really.
to not diagnose, but did he go get ball?
No, he didn't. And so now you're in a place where you got to figure out, okay, who else is going to be a linebacker on this team? And in theory, DeMarvion Overshone will be what is called your will or weak side linebacker. And so you don't have a Mike or a middle linebacker. And so we're on the hunt for that. Now, I do want to back end each of these when we grade them with, if I've seen enough guys already for this draft, with the names to know for draft purposes. And so I'm going to hit you with a couple of linebackers. Right, the top 5 in this draft according to me. And with the 12th overall pick, I would be happy if they took Sonny Styles. And I am so anti-super valuable pick on off-ball linebacker if you don't think, man, this guy's absolutely a Pro Bowler, which is a tough thing to project. But this is going to be a wonky draft. I have no idea who the first non-quarterback off the board should be in this draft. I think it is what's a negative word that doesn't sound all that negative?
Crapshoot.
It's not I don't think there's dominant offensive line prospects. I don't think there's dominant edge player prospects. I don't think there's a dominant 3 technique prospect. I don't think there's a dominant corner prospect. And so if you're a really, really good prospect at a, quote, non-premium position, you can go sooner in this draft. Oregon's tight end might go in the top 10 in this draft. Sonny Styles might go in the top 10 in this draft. And he's my favorite linebacker in this draft class. He's 6'4", 6'5". He's 240 pounds. He runs like the wind. Takes on blocks, diagnoses plays. Because he's big, long, and fast, has movement skills. He is capable in coverage. I keep telling Jesse the name Fred just to try to get him on board with Sonny. I just keep saying, what if he's Fred? What if he's Fred?
My boy's coming back.
What if he's Fred?
He'll open up his practice window.
I hope Fred doesn't do anything bad coming back too early to try to make a playoff run. Did you see Michael Redd on Twitter last night was telling him, hey, there's a man who's done it. That coming back late or coming back early because you want to help your team win a championship, I hope it doesn't take the back half of your career. Which Fred just broke something, right?
Ankle.
So in theory, as long as he's got everything around it okay, it should be okay.
The bones, the plates, some screws. Let's play.
It's not like it's 3 months after an ACL, but I don't know. Sonny Styles is my favorite guy. Arvell Reese is my second favorite. He's the other Ohio State guy who some people are going to probably want to play him as a pass rusher instead of a linebacker. C.J. Allen at Georgia is my third favorite. He's my mini Sonny Styles.
Yeah,
He's
I like C.J.
He's smaller, but he's the quarterback of the Georgia defense. He's your diagnose, see ball, get ball guy. Probably doesn't have the same ceiling as a coverage guy because he's not as big or as athletic, but He is experienced general of the defense on a very good SEC team. It's just a really good player. Josiah Trotter at Missouri is Jeremiah's kid. Mm-hmm. So remember Jeremiah Trotter? And he's the same thing where it's like diagnose, see ball, hit ball. By the way, there is a drop from number 1 to number 2. There's a drop from number 2 to number 3. And there's a pretty good drop from 3 to 4 and 5.
Hey, Anthony Hill should be higher.
And a lot of people like Anthony Hill more. And I could flip 4 and 5. I could go either way on that. Like, I think Anthony Hill is bigger, stronger than Josiah Trotter. I think both of them lack in coverage as of today. They are more see ball, hit ball, middle linebacker, play forward, those sort of players. And Sonny Styles might be the only one I want at number 12. Arvell Reese, you could talk me into it if you think he's like a Frankie Louvu type. Where it's like, yeah, he's a linebacker, but boy, the amount of time he's going to be blitzing and going after the quarterback is high. That's where I think a lot of his value is.
One thing before we go, because you're obviously a great analyst.
Thank you.
Sean Payton went off on a reporter yesterday.
Good.
Reporter asked Sean Payton about Dre Greenlaw and his ability to attack downhill. You got Dre Greenlaw back and his ability to attack downhill. Since we're all talking about kindness with media and coaches, right? That's a big story this week. Sean Payton says, you want him to attack downhill? Like, what do you know about attacking downhill? You're just a reporter. What do you know about football?
So Sean Payton was having a bad day?
He was being a bully.
That's Sean Payton. That's who he is. He's always like that.
Oh, what an idiot.
He went off on the guy in the press conference. What do you know about attacking downhill?
I've been covering football my whole life while you've been coaching it. And just kind of asking you about a player.
You don't know. You don't know.
He's being a little bully.
Well, I would tell Sean Payton, Dre Greenlaw is absolutely a downhill player. But whatever. Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboy podcast, I forgot because my laptop won't turn on. It's the 4th segment. We got Hard Knock stuff, the firing of Flus, and the other stuff that's on my laptop screen that won't turn on. Next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. We want you to sign up to be a diehard, and we will pop a QR code on the screen for you to do that. When you sign up to be a diehard, it supports, obviously, us here at DLLS, which we appreciate. Hit the like button while you're here. That sure would mean a lot to us. Do that. You'll get all the best coverage of your DFW sports teams. If you do love all your DFW sports teams, we obviously do shows 5 days a week on each of those teams. And we got beat writers for all those teams. We got premium content up on the website for all of those teams. And you get access to all of it. If you are signed up to be a diehard, you'll also lose the ads on the website. Get you a little ad-free experience there, which is nice. When you sign up, Jeremy said annual laptop replacement for Jeff a few months early this year. Good news is I have the old laptop at the house too, and I have the charger now because I just forgot to take it with me to Oxnard. But it has that one letter that's out. I forget which one. I think it's the E. It's a very common letter.
You can get that pop back in. You can get that replaced.
I mean, like the button's on the laptop.
Right.
It just doesn't work.
So the letter is the letter
Take
off?
it to the Geek Squad.
No, the letter's there. I can mash on the letter all I want.
Take it to the Geek Squad.
Take it to the Geek Squad.
Anyway, I'll just get another laptop.
Yeah.
After I Venmo, what's his name? That was
go to
here
Apple
watching. I've had the Apple. Maybe
well, at least go to Best Buy if you're going to get a laptop.
If I would go to Best Buy and get the same computer. It's the same
They have the same thing.
Why are you hating on Walmart?
They can assist you better.
Wait.
They're just going to give me the box and we'll walk out.
Wait till Black Friday. You get you a good deal.
All right. When's that?
He too rich. He was too rich and white for that.
You know, how many laptops I bought for my kids on Black Friday sale?
Sign up to be a diehard. You also get a free T-shirt when you sign up from the merch store. You can pick whatever you want, and that includes the Stay Shiesty T-shirt, of course. Get you the 88 Club shirt. We got a whole bunch of different T-shirts to choose from. You also get 20% off on events and merch when you're signed up to be a diehard. And so all of those things are good. I'm not on the hub that you have to verify your ID and stuff. I'm not on that, sir. So anyway, sign up to be a diehard or else, which is, of course, not a threat. It's the DLLS Cowboys podcast, final segment of the day, but I don't have a laptop. Clarence, what were we talking about?
I got a question for you that's off base. I got it. It's off base. I'm sorry. I just was scrolling.
Just needed a break.
Got it. You got it.
There you go.
I noticed the mouse wasn't lit up anymore. I was like, it's actually off.
You're a basketball guy.
I am.
The Charlotte Hornets are retiring Dell Curry's number. Why?
Dell Curry's one of when the
Charlotte Hornets shooters ever.
Yeah, when they were coming about. You think Grandmama, you think Dell Curry, you think Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy.
All right.
Should Muggsy get his jersey retired?
Yes.
At some point in time.
He was 5'3". He got in the league.
Alonzo Moore then.
Alonzo? Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Alonzo, yes.
Alonzo, Grandmama, Muggsy, and Dell.
Okay. Isn't Dell more famous for who his son is?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, he was the 6th man of the year. But what we were talking about, a couple of things. We're talking about the firing. You know, Hard Knocks does a good job, right? Does a good job. They've covered Shotty telling his coaches about the firing of Matt Eberflus, and I also got Jerry talking about it. You got those quotes up?
Yeah.
Read them.
So here's Brian Schottenheimer on the Matt Eberflus fire in Hard Knocks yesterday. I just met with Flus early this morning. Incredible human. I love the man, but at the end of the day, the football wasn't right. I've been in this position. I've been Flus. I've been the guys in this room. I understand the questions. I understand the concerns, and I will answer all those. Right now, the focus has to be number one on the man, or to be number one, the man. Reach out. Tell him you love him because he's a great man. Number 2, finishing the process. The exit interviews with the players are critical, and we have to continue that process. We got to get players rolling in here a little bit. If anyone has questions, come see me. And then Jerry mentioned or talked about as well, the Matt Eberflus decision of not going forward with him was one of the hardest that I've been involved in my time at the Cowboys, although I feel like he says that about everybody. But it was the thing to do.
Can you fire somebody with kindness?
Yeah.
Okay, is that what they did? They offer kindness?
Garrett tried. Right, Jesse?
They allow
Would you call that kindness?
Sure.
I wish I had 53
Wish
of
you
you.
had 53 of me, but the one I do
Bye.
have, don't want. Don't want.
Coach, I think you just lied to me. You got one.
But you know, the thing he said at the beginning of the end, Shotty, was, I love the man, but at the end of the day, the football wasn't right.
Yeah.
Okay? And if anyone has any question, come see me.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Right?
I don't think anybody had any questions.
And Jerry said it was the right thing to do. All the other stuff we like the guy. But the football wasn't right.
It wasn't right, yeah.
Yeah.
Come see me.
This is another thing where I think the Cowboys get it wrong and they lose a chance to have a competitive advantage. I think they don't spend a bunch. They don't go after the best coaches. They go after the guys that the owner, general manager is comfortable with, friendly with, et cetera, et cetera. And that makes it also harder to part ways. And I think as a general manager, you have to not care about anyone. Like my job, like the head coach can have whatever relationship he wants. And if you want to have a good relationship with your players, that's fine, I guess. As a human, I'd like to have a good relationship with everybody, except for you weirdos out there. Well, maybe we could get you fixed. But I think a general manager's job is to be cutthroat. Like, what is the best thing we can do for our team? Like,
But you can still do that with the level of decency.
No.
Like,
but what I mean is in your decision making, not like how you deliver a message.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I can't do the guys. We really like him.
Right.
It's like, guys, the defensive coordinator's not good enough. We're getting rid of the defensive coordinator. It's like, yeah, but that's me and their family. And if we could just get him to, and it's like, no, we need a better guy.
Right. No, you're right.
And
You're
I think it's
absolutely
harder for them. Jason Garrett made it a decade.
Right.
Because he was close with the Joneses.
Right. Because I'm divorced, and there's no easy way to be divorced, right? You can try to do it, fight. At the end of the day, somebody's hurting, right? You've been cut before. Yes, they can be nice about it, but at the end of the day, it's a disappointment. Right. You're cut. They decide, I don't want to be with you. It's not you, it's me, or however you want to do it. Right. The knife still hurts.
Yeah.
So.
But sometimes it's better, like, instead of being like, Jason Voorhees and being like, run, you know what I mean?
It still hurts. You still dead at the end of the day.
You could just kind of, you know what I mean? You can just kind of just slowly do it. You don't have to juke me 17 times. You know what I'm saying?
But Jerry,
you know what I'm saying?
All year. We've been juking every press conference all year.
And so I think even with I think in the Eberflus situation, he knew.
He was dead man walking.
He understood by the time they got to the end of this thing that the writing was on the wall.
Yeah. It still hurts.
When you go from the field to the booth, and it's impossible to not be in those meetings every single week when you got to sit in there and you have to be the defensive coordinator and the head coach is in there and the owners are in there and the GM's in there and they're watching your defense give up play after play after play after play. Like, he goes home to his old lady and he lays down and he's pillow talking. He's like, babe, listen, if the kids are in school, this maybe we stay here to finish out the year, but we're not going to be here much longer. Backing. Right. And even the wife, if she has to ask the question, babe, I was down at the tennis club today and I happened to see ESPN was on and boy, they was going at you today. Like, what does it look like for us?
Not good.
Not good, honey.
But we got money.
We gonna get paid though.
Do you want a tennis court at the house?
Yeah, you want pickleball at the house? I got you.
Yeah,
but
that's a smaller court. It's easier to make.
I think it hurts more when it's unexpected. When you think, oh, okay, I should probably get another year. I should probably be here for a little bit while longer. And then they chop your legs from underneath you. Opposed to this season, man, by the time we got to week 13. No.
Oh.
By the time we got to week 13, the writing was on the wall.
It was.
Yeah. You knew it.
Yeah, you know it. It's still disappointing. It still hurts. Yeah. I remember getting divorced and we planned it out. I'm gonna, I didn't move out till after school year. I didn't want to move out during the school year. And that telling the kid it's still a process.
Yeah.
And it's never easy when you go down those roads. And so, yeah, we knew the writing was on the wall, but Eberflus, I'm sure it still sucks because everybody's still talking about you. They still run your name in the mud. Yeah. Nothing's good coming out of it.
There's a lot of people out there cheering for something, and you weren't helping it happen.
So I knew it was coming, but it still hurts like hell. Your name getting run through the mud.
Who do your kids like better, you think?
Jeff is on today.
I'm the fun dad.
Yeah.
Jeff is on today.
They're in trouble with mom. Dad's just like, that's fine.
More sugar. It's all good. What's bedtime? We don't
Mike Tomlin's stepping away from the Steelers. If he randomly said, I want to coach the Cowboys, would you rather have him than Shoddy?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that because I was wondering if this happened last year, would you rather have him as the head coach?
No, we've had Mike Tomlin.
Have we?
We've had 8-8.
Sir, it's 9-7.
First of all, he's 8-8 without a quarterback.
Yeah.
Roethlisberger. I there's some. There's something going.
We've had Mike.
Look at the quarterbacks he's had. He's not had Dak and Romo.
No, he's had Butt at quarterback pretty much the whole way.
To get them to 8-8, to get them to 9-7, to get them to win the division, that's a miracle in itself.
He's such a weird one because, I think that he's a good head coach
and leader,
but also and I think that's the big part of head coach with him is probably leader because he's not calling plays on either side of the ball, but he has had success even without quarterback play. But the stuff that I've seen the last couple of days, I'm like, is that even accurate? And it looks like it is. Like, he's been a head coach how long?
18 years.
And his coaching tree has 0 branches. Not one.
No.
Like, nobody. It's like, oh, yeah, that's a Tomlin disciple. And I'm like, that is weird.
It's hard to be a disciple when
you're not either side.
Yeah, when you don't have a expertise at one or the other. It's hard to have because like offensive coordinators, you groom with offensive coordinators and vice versa. It's hard to have that.
The Eagles fired their offensive coordinator. You want him?
That's too low.
No. Who's Sean Payton's disciples?
I don't know. I'd have to Google.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. Do they not exist either?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Not that we know of.
All right. There's two people in the world.
Lombardi head coach.
Lombardi was an interim coach.
Yeah.
Well, he was OC in Detroit.
They're a guy that they don't have this.
So Sean can call an offense, but he can't. You can't watch him do it and be like, "I got it."
Who Mike McCarthy disciples?
I don't know.
I know, but there's nothing that jumps off at you though.
No.
I'm just saying, Tomlin's not alone in that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I wanted to laugh at the misfortunes of the Eagles. They fired their OC. I have news for you, Philadelphia. He wasn't the issue. Just want to let them know that.
You saying the quarterback was the issue?
But the one thing that this is the one thing I do admire about Howie. Except for one place where he won't make the change.
Head coach?
No.
Well, they keep winning.
Quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
But if there is a need or concern or
tough.
something
They owe Jalen for the next 9 years.
I know.
Well, they drafted Jalen when they had your boy playing off great level.
But Howie, we need a pass rusher, he'll go get one.
He'll get one,
We need a corner, we'll go get one. We need alignment, we'll go get one.
At all times.
It's like, the coach is not working out offensively? Cool. We'll go get another one. Well, he'll keep throwing opportunities at people till he gets it right.
Well, and it's because the owner lets him. And, you obviously have a GM who the owner could let him do whatever he wants. But I know Clarence sent me a graphic, what was that, a couple of days ago, I think, in our Slack or something. And all it is the amount of money in void years at the end of contracts now on rosters.
Right now.
And the Cowboys are in the middle of the league.
They're at the
Eagles
They're
have
at the bottom.
Okay, and the Eagles have $500 million
Yeah.
that's going to go. And all that is saying we are adding better players than everyone else right now.
Right.
And we're going to pay for it later. And that's just aggressively trying to win Super Bowls. And it's just not the way the Cowboys operate. They want to be somewhere in the mix every year.
Like
When there's always going to be 5 or 6 teams aggressively trying to win a Super Bowl.
And even if you look at that, you got rid of Patullo, and you might be going to add Mike McDaniels, right? Like you might be adding another person into that mix that can
who
grow.
we scared of, Mike McDaniels in Detroit or Mike McDaniels in Philly?
Philly gonna give you the best roster money can buy.
Yeah, either one. I think we got to go.
All those guys.
Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through. Be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.